Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the first video in a new series called Bandit. It's a challenge on the website OverTheWire. It's their first challenge, perfect for beginners, teaching you about Linux, working their way through the shell. In this video I'm going to do levels 1 to 10, the next video 10 to 20, and the last video I think is 20 to 32 or 33. And then after that I'll do one video with them all in it. So before I get started, I'm just going to read just what it says at the top of the website here. Bandit Wargame is aimed at absolute beginners. It will teach the basics needed to be able to play other war games. If you notice something essential is missing or have ideas for new levels, please let us know. So one thing before I get into doing the challenge I want to mention is if you are interested in doing this yourself, maybe it's not the best idea that you do watch this video. I think like what I did myself was I didn't watch any tutorials or didn't look for direct answers when I got stuck. I just got stuck and start figuring it out, no matter how long it takes, just looking through documentation, trying new things. I think that's better in terms of learning than looking at a tutorial for the answer. I think it'll stick in your brain more regardless if it takes longer. If you do just figure it out yourself looking at documentation rather than looking at a tutorial or a direct answer. But now that that's said, we'll get into the challenges. Another thing to mention is I will be doing these challenges on a Parrot OS virtual machine. I'll just bring that up now. So this is the virtual machine I will be doing the challenges in. I've got two terminals open. The one on the left is where I will be working through the challenges, and the one on the right is just for me to add any notes that I take from the challenge and add it to a file in the right hand side. So I'm just going to create that file first. So there's ls, see what's in my current directory. I will clear that, and I'm going to create a file called bandit.txt. So cat greater than symbol bandit.txt, and now it's created an empty line for me to add something to that file. In order to get out of that, I'm going to just do Control C, gets me out of that, and then I'm going to ls list directory. You can see that bandit text file there, and if we just look at that bandit text file, we will see that it's empty. You can see there that it was empty, and clear that, and that's there. Now that file is created for when we do want to, if we want to save the different passwords to different levels, we're going to save them in that file. So now I'm in the left hand terminal, the one I'll be working through the challenges in. So I'm just going to go back to the Bandit website and see what to do next. So click on level 0. So here we say the goal of this level is for you to log into the game using SSH. The host to which you need to connect is bandit.labs.overthewire.org on port 2220. The username is bandit0 and the password is bandit0. Once logged in, go to the level 1 page that's on the website they're talking about to find out how to beat level 1. So we're going to go back to the VM and do what it just told us to do. So we're going to SSH into the username first, bandit0, and then we type the URL we were given, bandit.labs.overthewire.org, and we were given the port, so we'll do -p, and the port was 2220, and then it prompts us to enter a password. So that password is bandit.0, and nothing is coming up for you here, but I am typing that in. It stays hidden. Enter. Now we can see we are logged into the SSH. We've SSH'd into bandit0, that username on the URL we were given. I'm going to clear that page now, so it frees us up a bit, and we're going to go back to the website and see what it tells us to do next. So we're going to go to the level 1. The password for the next level is stored in a file called readme located in the home directory. Use this password to log into Bandit 1 using SSH. Whenever you find a password for a level, use SSH on port 2220 to log into that level and continue the game. And you'll see this on each level. It gives you prompts, commands you may need to solve this level. So we're going to go back to the VM now, and we're going to just ls list everything in my current directory, and there we see our readme file. So we're going to do cat readme, and there we can see the password there. I am going to copy that password, copy, and I'm going to echo that into the bandit.txt file we created at the start in the right terminal. So I'm going to do echo and then 2 apostrophes, and we are going to put bandit 1 pass, and then I am going to paste that password in. And in order to echo something into a file, you need to use 2 greater than symbols. If you just use 1, this wouldn't be an issue right now if I used 1, but if you just used 1, it will just overwrite everything in that file with what you're trying to add into it currently. If I use the 2 greater than symbols, it appends it to the file, so you're not erasing anything already in it. So bandit.txt, and then we're going to read that file and make sure it has been entered in correctly. So bandit.txt, and there we can see bandit1 pass, and it's the password is given to us there. So now what we need to do in the left hand terminal is we need to log back into bandit1 using SSH again. So we need to exit our current SSH, so we're going to just type exit and enter that, and now it is close our connection to bandit.labs.overthewire.org. So now I'm going to SSH back in, so SSH bandit1 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org, and we're on port 2220, as it just said to us. Every time you log in, use port 2220, and click enter on that, and it's prompting us to enter another password. And if you notice here, the previous time we entered here, this was bandit 0, so we are entering through a different username. So the password bandit, the password is the one we just copied here, so I am going to copy that and paste that in here. And like I said, the password comes up invisible. Just going to click enter. Permission denied. Let's see if that works again. Did I click that wrong? Copy, paste. It worked that time. I'm not sure, I might have had an extra space or something. So I'm successfully logged into bandit 1. So like I said, there's just a tiny little error. Something happened there. That maybe I didn't copy the right thing. But we're logged into bandit 1 now. That level passed. We're going to go back to the website and see what it tells us to do next. So on the website now, bandit level 1 to 2. The password for the next level is stored in a file called just hyphen, located in the home directory. Commands you may need to solve this level gives them. It also gives some helpful reading material, a link for Google search for dashed file name. So we're going to go back to, it says the location in the home directory. We're going to go back to our VM and see what we have in the home directory. Let's clear that. Click ls to see everything in the home directory. We can just see there's one file name there, hyphen. And for you, a way to open a hyphen file name, you can do cat, do // and that is a way of reading a hyphen file name. So like when you're doing this, take down all the notes for whatever you're doing, the reasons you did them, so you have like your own library of notes to look back on. So I'm going to copy this password, and this is the password we'll use to enter level 2, and I'm going to echo this into my note file. So we have that saved, bandit 2 pass, and we're going to paste that in, and then hit 2 greater than symbols, bandit.txt, enter, and that's saved there now. So what we now have to do now is we have to exit this again and enter back in using the username bandit.2. So I'm going to exit here, and we're going to enter back in using the username bandit2. So SSH bandit2 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org. OverTheWire.org -P port 2220, and it's going to prompt me for a password, and I already have that password in my clipboard, I believe, so I'm just going to try paste, and I'm successfully entered Bandit 2 username at the URL bandit.labs.overthewire.org. So now I'm going to go back to the website and see what it tells us to do next. So Bandit level 2 to level 3. The password for the next file is stored in a file called spaces in this file name located in the home directory. Commands you might need, and also there's a link for a Google search for spaces in the file name. So we're just going to go back to the VM and see if we can find this password. So I'm already logged into Bandit 2. We're going to clear the board. ls, see there's one file called spaces in the file name, and a way for you to open this file is, we'll type it out here now, 2 apostrophes, and we'll put the name in this file name, and we'll see there it has read that properly. Also, before we actually just copy that, I'm just going to do cat spaces in the file name without the apostrophes, so you can see what happens. It doesn't work. It's just no such file directory for each word. So I'm just going to copy the password that we used when we got it from using the name of it in the apostrophes. Copy that, and I'm going to echo that into our bandit.txt file again. So that is saved in there now. So we are going to exit bandit.2, and we're going to SSH into bandit3. Bandit3 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org on port 2220. It's asking for that password now. I should have it already on my clipboard. Click enter, and we are successfully logged into Bandit3. So I'm going to go back to the website now and see what it tells us to do next. Bandit level 3 to level 4, the level goal. The password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. Commands you may need to solve this level. So it's in the in here directory. So we're going to go back to the VM and see if we can find this password. So I'm already logged into Bandit 3. So I'm just going to clear the board. Click ls, see everything in my current directory. So I can see there in the different color in here, that blue color in the part OS shows that's another directory. So I'm going to change directory into in here, so cd in here. Now I am in the in here directory. You can tell that by seeing this bit below before the dollar symbol. I'm going to click ls. It said it was a hidden file in the in here directory, so this probably won't show anything. Yeah, we see that's not showing anything. A way to find some hidden files within a directory is, while you're in that directory, just type find, and we can see there now it is showing hidden files. So like we said before, the ./ sometimes comes before things like a dashed or dotted file name. So I'm going to leave that out, and I'm just going to type cat.hidden, and we're going to see what comes up. So for doing cat.hidden, we get the password. So it's first find to show the hidden files, and then cat.hidden to read that file. So I'm going to copy that password, and I'm going to echo that into my file on the right hand side. So I've echoed that into my file successfully. We'll just read the file and see what it says now, see what it looks like. So cat bandit.txt. You can see there we have the 4 passwords there. So I'm just going to clear up my screen now. So now that I've cleared up my screen there, I'm going to go back to the left-hand terminal, and I'm going to use the password that we've just gotten to enter the URL again using the Bandit 4 username. So we're going to exit out of our current connection, and then I'm going to go SSH bandit 4 at bandit dot whatever, type in dot labs dot overthewire.org, and we're on port 2220, and I believe I should have that password still in my clipboard. Hopefully I do. And yes, so we've successfully entered that URL again on the username bandit4. So we're going to go back to the website now and see what it tells us to do next. So bandit level 4 to level 5. The password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. Tip: if your terminal is messed up, try the reset command. We'll try that out and see what it does. I don't think my terminal is messed up, but we'll just see what that does, and also it gives the commands you may need to solve this level again. So let's go back to our virtual machine and see if we can find the password that is stored in the only human readable file, and we'll also just try using this reset command to see what that does. Back in the virtual machine now. So first off, we're just going to type that reset command and see what that does. So that reset command, it's reset the screen, basically like a clear function. Do a bit more research on that yourselves, what other situations to use it in. So we're logged into Bandit 4 and we have to look for the only human readable file. I'm just going to click ls. So I'm going to change directly to in here. So now we're in the in here directory. I'm going to go ls again. We can see there is 10 files. Now I don't think I did this the perfectly right way. I tried using the find function with some other additions to that. It didn't work when I was trying to use find readable. It was just sending me all of the files. So in order to do this one, I literally just went through each file using cat, then // because of the dashed file names, and just go file 00, and I read that. And you can see here there's some ASCII text in here. So I just went through each file and found the one that looked like the password. That one was file 7, so we're just going to do cat // file 07, and that is the password. It's the one that looks most like the passwords we've been finding before. So I'm going to copy that, click copy. I'm going to echo that into my bandit.txt file. So I've echoed that into the text file now. I am just going to read that text file for a minute. Cat bandit.txt. Make sure that's definitely gone in again. Yeah, that's there. So we've got that password saved. We are going to just another thing before I finish up here. So back right now we're in the in here directory. If I just type cd on its own, it will just send us back to the main directory. So just something to keep in mind. And I'm going to exit out of this connection now, and we're going to SSH back in using the username bandit5 and see if that password is correct. SSH bandit5 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org and port 2220. Now it's asking me for a password. Enter that, and we've successfully made a connection using the username bandit5. So that was the correct password. I'm sure there was a better way to do that using probably the find function and some additions to that. And if anybody does know that, please let me know in the comments. That'd be great to do that. I was googling it, and it was almost quicker to just search through the different files, as I just want to get through the bandit, picking up as much as I can. But that is something I am still looking into, and as soon as I do, I'll make another video for you guys. So we're going to go back to the website or Bandit Over the Wire now and see what level 5 to 6 tells us to do. On the Bandit website now, level 5 to 6. So the level goal for this one, the password for the next level is stored in a file somewhere under the in here directory and has all of the following properties. So it's human readable, is 133 bytes in size, it's not executable, and also it gives you some of the commands you may need to solve this level. So for this challenge I'm going to be using the find function, but I'm going to be giving it some parameters. So we're going to go over to the VM machine, and we're going to look and see if we can find the file in the VM now. So we're logged into Bandit 5. I'm going to clear the screen, click ls, see where we are. So there we are in the home directory. I'm going to change into the in here directory. I'm going to go ls again. So there's loads of files here, and unlike the last challenge, I figured how to use the find function with the parameters to get this without having to look through each directory. So in order to do this, you type find and then -size, and then you give the parameter for that size. So size follows with 1033C, and if that's for bytes, and then do a exclamation point, and that exclamation point is so it's not, so exclamation point then -executable. So the reason you put the exclamation point in there is that negates what comes after it. So if you just put executable, you'd be looking for an executable file. You put exclamation point executable, you're looking for a non-executable file. So I'm just going to search this now, and it is telling me to look in the directory maybe here 07. So I'm gonna, and then it goes to file 2. So I'm gonna change into the maybe here 07 directory. Maybe here 07. Let's spell that right. Yes. So change into that. I'm gonna go ls, and it is the .file2. So I am going to do cat file2. It has come up no such file or directory. We'll try that again. cat.file2, and we have got the password there for the next level. So one thing I'm going to do, while I'm going to copy that first and save it into my file in the other terminal. So echo. So back in the terminal menu now, I'm going to clear the screen and go ls. So we're still in the maybe here 07 directory. I'm just going to type find while I'm in here, and we can see there is, so yeah, even within the maybe here 07 directory, it was a hidden file. So if we look here, we have -file2, and then we also have just file2. But if we use the find function, it shows up some hidden files. Here we see .file2, we had the -file2, and we had there the spaces file2. So there's a good example of, even when you see we have multiple file2s, still use the find function. It might have been a hidden file. So I'm going to exit this now, and I'm going to log back into Bandit 6 and see if that password works. So SSH Bandit 6 at Bandit, and the port as always is 2220, and prompt me for the password. That password is still on my clipboard. Enter that, and now I've successfully landed into Bandit 6. So that was a nicer one, a little bit more, like maybe 1 or 2 extra steps to it compared to the previous ones. So I'm going to hop over to the Bandit website now and see what level 6 to 7 tells us to do. Back on the Bandit website, so sorry, the OverTheWire website, level Bandit. So level 6 to 7, level goal, the password for the next level is stored somewhere on the server and has all of the following properties: owned by user Bandit 7, owned by group Bandit 6, 33 bytes in size, and also gives some of the commands you might need to solve this level. So I'm going to hop back over into the virtual machine and show you how to do this one. So this is another one where you have to use the find function, the find command with some parameters. So like I said, the find command is very useful. Get used to it yourself, and like I said, don't always just look purely for the answer. Look through the find documentation, get familiar with that. It's the best way to learn about the different commands. Like I said, get lost in the documentation. It's better than just Googling for a specific answer for a specific problem. So in order to do this one, I am going to type find, then it's a / and then it was owned by user Bandit7. So in order to do that, I'm going to do -user space Bandit7, and then I'm going to go -group, and it was Bandit6, and the size, and this is the same as the previous challenge, I'm going to do -size, and it was 33 bytes. So in order to do that, you do 33C. So 33C. So if we look through this, there is one here. We need to find it now. So we can see here, this cycled through all of these locations on the machine, and we see one here. Everything's permission denied, but we see one here in the directory var.lib /dpkg, then info bandit7.password. So I am going to copy this location, and I am just going to change directory into that. So I'm going to paste that now. So that was var /lib /dpkg /info, and just leave it at info. When you're changing directory, the last thing in it has to be a directory. So I can't copy this whole thing with the last part looking to be the file. I need to finish my CD on a directory. So that's that entered now. Click enter. So I missed out the first / in that there. If you can see here, I forgot the / in front of var, the first part of it. So we'll just do that again, and /, and we'll just paste in the rest of it. Click enter, and there, so we have now entered that directory. I'm just going to do ls, and we can see here there's a lot of files here, but previously we did get that there is a file in here called bandit7.password. So I already know that's in here, so I'm just going to do cat bandit7.password. I spelled bandit wrong, just go back here. Enter that, and it's giving me the password. So I'm going to copy that, and we're going to echo that into our notes file in the other terminal. So bandit7 pass. So that's entered into that's been echoed into my password file that's keeping log of all my passwords. So in case you didn't know why I just did cat bandit7.password, I'm going to scroll back up through all of this mess see there's thousands, hundreds of things in this directory. So back to when I did the find with all the parameters, when I did that, there was the file that showed me the directory location, the bandit7.password. So we were given the directory location that I changed it into using the cd command, but then at the end I had bandit7.password. So once I was in that directory that had hundreds of different files, I just used cat bandit7.password, and that worked. It was a readable file, and it gave me the password. So I'm just going to clear this screen now and try and log into Bandit7, and hopefully that password works. So exit. So we're going to SSH bandit7 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org, and it's on port 2220. Prompt me for the password, enter the password that's on the clipboard, and successfully logged into Bandit7. So we're going to hop over to the OverTheWire website and see what we're told to do on Bandit level 7 to level 8. So for level 7 to level 8, the level goal, the password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt next to the word millionth. Here are some commands you may need to solve this level. So we're seeing a few different commands compared to the hint commands compared to previous levels. Obviously we don't need to use all of them in every one, So we're going to get over to the virtual machine now and see if we can find the password for the next level. In the virtual machine now, so on the level goal it said it was in the file data.txt next to the word millionth. So I'm logged into the Bandit level 7. I'm going to clear my screen. Now that my screen is clear, I'm just going to go ls and see what's here. So in the directory I'm in, there is a file called data.txt. So I'm just going to do cache data.txt. And it could never be as simple as this, but we're going to see the file is too big to be, it's human readable, but it's too big to look through it. You don't want to spend the time looking through every single line. So I'm going to clear the screen. So one of the keywords that was in one of the hints section, the useful commands, was the function grep. Grep is a brilliant function. It is a brilliant command, very good for searching for keywords. So I'm going to do grep, and then in apostrophes I'm going to type the word millionth, because it said it was next to the word millionth. Did I spell that right? I did. And now I'm just going to do the file name. So you do grep, then the keyword you're looking for, and then the file that you're looking for it in. So now I'm going to type data.txt, search that, and it has presented me the line that millionth was on, and there we have the password next to that. So I'm just going to copy that password, and I'm going to echo it into my file that on the second terminal that I'm saving all my passwords in. So that password is saved. I'm going to go back into the first terminal, and I am going to clear my screen quickly, and I'm going to exit out of my current connection and try and log back into Bandit 8 with the password I just got. So exit there. We're going to go SSH, now Bandit 8 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org, and like always again on the port 2220, and prompt for the password again, paste. And yes, we've successfully logged into Bandit 8. So that was the first time we've used the grep function, I believe. Brilliant command, can save you a lot of time looking through big crazy files like that. Wasn't even that big of a crazy file, but it's an excellent command where you don't want to waste your time looking through the entirety of a file when you can just search for keywords. So I'm going to head back over to the website now and see what Bandit level 8 to level 9 tells us to do. So the level goal for level 8 to 9 is the password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt, and is the only line of text that occurs only once. And here's we've got the helpful commands you might need, and also helpful reading material. And like I said, if you're getting stuck on an issue like this, read through the helpful reading material instead of searching for an answer. I've said it a few times, but it's just get stuck in the documentation and figure it out. It will take longer than searching for a direct answer when you get stuck, but it will serve you better in the long run. So piping and redirection is basically where you're using two commands together. I'm simplifying the explanation of that. Basically, piping is where you're piping one command into another. So in this one, I'm going to get in and show you now in a minute, but we're going to use the sort and the unique commands, and we're going to combine them together. So that's what the piping of it. You're going to pipe one command into the other. So I'm going to head over to the virtual machine now, and we're going to get this password. So I'm logged into Bandit 8. I'm going to clear my screen. I'm going to go ls. Can we see there? It's simple again. The data.txt file is in our current directory. So just to show you, I'm going to do cache data.txt, and I imagine it's going to be unreadable or too time consuming. So there we go. I'm not going to waste my time reading through that. So we need to look for a password that occurs only once, I believe. Just head back over to the website and see what we're looking for again. I think it's just a password to occur once. Yeah, so we're looking for the only line of text that occurs once. So back into the VM, I'm going to clear my screen. And in order to do this, so like I said, we're going to use two commands, but pipe one of them into the other. So we're going to use the sort command, so sort, and then we give the file we're trying to sort data.txt, and then the way you pipe something into another command is the vertical line. Like I said, there's the pipe and redirection. I really do advise that you look through the helpful reading material because this is an amazing trick or tip within Linux. It will help you save time, just help you operate within the Linux, a Linux machine a lot better, a lot more faster, efficiently. Now having that vertical line there, I'm going to use the unique function, and then we're going to give that the parameter of -u, and that is just to print out print out the unique lines. So we're going to enter that, and then we get presented with a password, and given the command we said, we're assuming this is the only unique password. We'll find out in a minute if that's correct when we try to log into Bandit 9, but before that I'm just going to enter it into our file again. So Bandit, that password's saved now, so I'm going to exit my connection now and try and log into Bandit 9. So SSH Bandit 9 at bandit.labs. Enter that, and yes, we have that's been successful, and I was prompted for the password, and it should be on my clipboard, so we're just going to paste that. There we go, successfully entered Bandit 9. That was a good one. First use of piping within the Linux shell, within the OverTheWire challenge, the Bandit challenge. So we're going to head back over to the website now and see what level 9 to 10 tells us to do. So on the website again, level 9 to 10, the level goal. The password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt in one of the few human readable strings preceded by several equal sign characters. So here are some commands you may need to solve this level. A lot of these same commands I think as the previous level. So we're going to head back over to the virtual machine and see if we can do this one. So I'm already logged in. I'm going to clear my screen. I'm going to do ls, and there we just have one data.txt file again in our current directory. So the way I did this one, I used the strings command. Now there may be another way to do this. I'm not sure if I was meant to use the strings command, but this worked fairly well for me. So I'm just going to type strings -a data.txt. And also I don't think you need to do the -a. It'll probably work just alone with strings space data.txt. The -a is for, it searches everything, not just the content of the thing, just the data as well. So it's I always think it's good to just have in if you're specifically trying to search an entire file where there might be something hidden. So I'm going to enter that and look up through the line. It's printed us a series of lines of code, and if we just look here in the website, we got told that the password will come after a series of equal signs, and this is the only one. If you just scroll up of what was outputted after that command, there's a couple of lines where there's equal signs. One stands out as looking like the password, so I'm just going to try this one. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to echo that into my password saving file and save that in. So that's saved now back in my terminal, and I'm going to clear my screen. Then I'm going to exit that connection. Now I'm going to try and log into Bandit 10 with the password I just prompted for the password. It should still be on my clipboard. Enter that and successfully logged into Bandit 10. So that is it for this video. In future videos, like I said, I will combine them all together. But for this one, that has been level Bandit 0 through to 10. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Any questions, if you've done things differently, please let me know in the comments. But that has been it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.